Hey guys, I hope you're all having a great day, and with the introduction of the Storm Point and Kings Canyon map back into the map rotation, I've once again seen a lot of people be disappointed at the Storm Point map because it's simply too big and there aren't really a lot of people around for you to shoot, so most of the match is just running around trying to find someone. But of course that's not the only issue. I've noticed that in pub matches, especially at higher levels of gameplay, people tend to die out very quickly. Usually before the first ring even closes, half of the people are going to be gone, and by the time the first ring actually closes, there's going to be 5, maybe 6 squads left in the match. That really just doesn't provide a good gameplay experience. So with that being said, I've seen this idea get tossed around quite a few times, and I wanted to address it in this video as well. But a lot of people have suggested that they make some changes to the respawn system that we currently see in Apex Legends. Apex gets a lot of things right, like the ping system and the whole movement and communication. It's all very fluid, but one of the things that it's kind of lacking is with the respawn system. There are 2 main problems that I see. One is that there's not much incentive for a player to stay in the match after they get knocked, and of course this applies to pub games. And the second reason is that there's simply not enough people to shoot. Now keep in mind, the changes that I'm about to talk about are simply designed for pub games. They're not designed for ranked or competitive gameplay, but I do believe these ideas can benefit the gameplay experience for everyone. So the first thing is to change the respawn system itself. We see in some other large titles such as Warzone that there's an actual system in place to allow players to do something while they're knocked or while they're dead. It makes it so that it's not boring, and so that you don't just sit there spectating your teammates as they go around trying to find a respawn beacon to respawn you at. The gulag is a perfect example of something that keeps the player engaged after they get knocked, and the idea that you can come back after you finish the gulag gives you more of an incentive to stay in the match and wait it out to hopefully get back into the actual match itself and help out your teammates. With that being said, a lot of people have suggested the idea of adding a similar system to Apex. Obviously it shouldn't be the same thing. Adding in a gulag into Apex would change a lot of stuff, so what's better is to simply allow the players to do something while they're dead, whether that's a minigame that you can only access after you get finished, or if that's changing up the respawn system itself so that you can get back into the game through more different methods. For example, maybe they can introduce a buyback system with the Replicator, where with, let's say, 75 or 100 crafting materials, you can call in a respawn ship at that Replicator, basically turning the Replicator into a respawn beacon that you can use over and over again. You don't even have to add any new items into the game for this one. All you need to do is add another feature to the Replicator. It allows squads to respawn their teammates faster, and so in that case, with pub matches, there's gonna be more people overall. If you introduce this along with a minigame, well, people won't leave the match and then they'll get respawned quickly, so I do believe this will be beneficial. Now, I've also seen a lot of people suggest changes to the dropship path. Respawn has already done some changes with the dropships on Storm Point, but I've seen some people suggest that you could have 2 dropships instead of 1 so that they come in from both sides of the map in order to increase player distribution across the map. Now the problem with this is that if you want to go to a certain spot on the map, then you're gonna have a disadvantage based on which dropship you spawn on. So this is definitely something I don't see coming into the game. Once again, I do see the benefits of this, but there's simply too many things that are based on pure luck and chance for Respawn to introduce a mechanic like this. Basically, the best way to fix this problem with the distribution of players across the map is to either change the respawn system so that less people are leaving the match after they get knocked, or provide more incentive for players to go to those other sides of the map. Having 100 players in the match would work if you spread out the incentive for which POIs the players want to go to. If you have the same thing as World's Edge on Stormpoint, where every squad just wants to land Capital City, then of course the match is going to have only a couple of squads left by the end of Ring 1. But if you spread out that interest, especially this top part of the Stormpoint map, then I do believe having 100 players would work out pretty well. This paired along with the respawn system will allow more players to stay in the match, as well as more players to get respawned and get back into the fight, so that overall the pub experience is more enjoyable. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Stormpoint and the player distribution there. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this, and if you have your own ideas as to how they can solve this problem, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I'm interested to see what you guys come up with. And of course, as always, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.